Alright guys, Catfish Todd. I'm out at Saluda Lake here today. Had to take yesterday off due to hurricane slash tropical depression. Sally dumped a good bit of rain on us, 3 or 4 inches I believe it was, depending on where he was at. But it's up a good bit. That doesn't really concern me as far as catfishing goes, but I just went to one of my hot spots for some brim. Couldn't even get a bite, so I do have some chicken liver and some filleted catfish that I had in the freezer that I was going to eat. I watched a YouTube video, guy was using some filleted catfish and caught some nice fish. Obviously it wasn't on Lake Saluda, but they hit it, so I figured I'd give it a try. So I do have 2 baits in the boat. That's not the 2 baits that that's not the only 2 baits I want to have in the boat. I got my bucket with my, I guess you call it aerator thing, keeps the fish alive. So I would really love to get on some live brim, bluegill, something, any kind of panfish that's right here in these banks. The only problem is that the water's up. I don't know how that affects panfish, but like I said, I went to my hot spot where I always go every single time I come out here to catch my brim. And I usually want to catch between 4 and 6 of them, and I can catch those in about 5 to 10 minutes. Didn't even get a bite, so apparently it affects them somewhat, or the water, right, coming up affects them. But I'm at a spot where I've also caught some. I get many before, and we're gonna give it a try right here. See if we can catch some brim. Very, very, very important to catch some brim. Very important. So I'm gonna keep this video live while I'm brim fishing, and the wind's blowing really, really strong right now. It's gonna be hard to get into the areas that I want to get into today. This wind's got me, I'm doing circles out here. Absolutely doing some circles. If I can get over here and catch on to this, well, I better not. That's somebody's property. They get a little finicky about that stuff. Alright, so this wind's got me going. I sure would hate to have to anchor down to catch some damn brim. I'm telling you, this thing's got, you can see behind me, I'm just turning. You can watch that log right there. That's how quick, it's turning me around quick. The wind's blowing, it says 15 miles an hour, so that's plenty enough to get this canoe rocking. Good news is heading back to the ramp. Should be able to get up to good speed because the river's flowing back that way, and that's the direction the wind's blowing. I can't brim fish like this. I can't do any kind of fishing like this. Period. I'm about to anchor down. The only reason I don't like anchoring down on brim fishing is you might not be on a brim bed. It takes you 5 minutes to anchor down, and you fish for 5 minutes and realize it ain't a good spot. It just takes forever. At this point, catching one brim would be fine with me. There's no way I'm gonna be able to keep this boat still. No way. There's a tree up here, a dock. Like I said earlier, I don't really like doing that. People out here on this, most lakes, they don't like you doing it. I'm gonna have to hang on to something with one arm, just so I can stay stationary enough to see if I can catch some brim. Alright, let's see here. Now I'm in some trees here, which is fine. That's gonna keep me stationary for a minute. Well, there's somebody that got hung up in that tree before. This would be a good spot to kind of hide from that wind for a minute. There's a down tree just in front of me. Hoping to produce some fish, but like I said, with this water being up as much as it is, where I'm at in my canoe right now is their yard. So that gives them a lot of cover. There's a lot of brush over here on the side. You just can't cast underneath that. So should have went to the other side of the lake to catch the brim, but this was the side I was going to be catfishing on. Anyways. That ain't good if something ain't hit that by now. It just ain't looking good for me. God, I need some brim, and I had some frozen one in the freezer. I should have brought it. Should have brought it with me. I might have to fish it a lot deeper than what I'm fishing. I don't know. I just have to fish deeper. I can't get into where they're at. I know they're up under these branches that's covered up by water because of the flood. Or I ain't gonna say a flood, but the lake being up. Oh, there's a good cast right there. That was probably the worst cast of my life. Right there, that was piss poor. That was piss poor. not what you're looking for. I definitely ain't gonna sit out here and fish with chicken livers and that's it. I gotta have some browns. I have to pack it up and go to the house. I ain't gonna. Gotta have some brown. I'm gonna try this little cove over here. If that don't work, I don't know where else to go. Tell you what, you gotta watch when you cross out here. Really, that's any lake. I came across this thing before, and I can't get this canoe up to about 5 miles an hour. It's wide open, as fast as she goes. And buddy, I came across here one day, and there was a guy in this ski boat. He wasn't looking, and he was nowhere to be seen when I went taking across this lake. And we got within 15, 20 yards to see. You'll get that close to boats sometimes, but not when they go on wide open. And he gave me some wakes that was almost something new. I had to get water out of here with a night crawler container. And when he came by me, he turned real quick when he saw me, but that shot up some at least 3 to 4, maybe even 5 foot waves. And canoe just can't really handle that. I'm experienced on a canoe, and I've been on Kiwi and Hartwell, and I've been in some pretty heavy boat traffic, but never in my life was I as intimidated as I was when that boat was coming right at me. And like I said, this thing don't move fast enough. Hell, I can't get out of his way. Best thing to do is just cut the motor off and don't move anymore. I'm coming back to this cove back here. One, to avoid some of the wind. Two, catch some damn brim. That kind of rhymed a little bit. Alright, so here's a good spot back here. Saluda's a really shallow lake. Deepest part of it is about 30 foot. Might get 35 at the dam, but that's about it. You get past that dam, you get coming back towards the other side. I mean, there's spots that's less than a foot deep. I mean, you can't, there's some places out here you can't even run your trolling motor at. You just got another lake. But when it's up like this, you can kind of get into some places that you've never, been able to fish before when it's up. But I sure need some brim. I'm gonna tell you what, this brim country right here. I'll show you this. I don't know if you can see that or not. This little area right here. This is some good real estate right here. You can't catch some brim right here, you just ain't gonna catch them. I ain't gonna go home if I don't catch any. I said it was, but I'm gonna try this. Log I didn't see right here where I'm fishing at right now. You can't. Matter of fact, I just hit bottom. You can't fish here when it's dry. I'm on bottom. This is shallow. That's a good thing, though. That's a good thing. Back in here. There gotta be some brim in this area. I mean, I'm pretty much casting on the banks here. There's just, the water's up just enough to where the trees that overhang the bank, I usually can cast up under. I can't cast up under them today, they're underwater. So, there's a spot right there I want to get to. I'm going to have to take this thing off right here. This thing is going to be in my way for a minute. But this spot right here, I can get all the way. It's going to take it down hill of a cast. I got it back there. Ain't nothing hit it. The other night I had 4 rods in the water trolling. with a double hook setup on all four of them, on three of them, excuse me. So it was going to take 3 brims just to run 3 rods at one time. Tonight I just wanted to run brim on 2 rods, liver on one, and that filleted catfish on the other. But it's not looking good as far as the brim goes. You know, this is the second time I've been back to this area. Yeah, it's shallow right here. I just wonder if this ain't a good spot to maybe come out and try some catfish. This would be a good little spot for them, I think. God almighty. Ain't got it. It's one of those days, folks. Which it really wouldn't matter much if I was in a boat. I am shielded back here, I've noticed. I'm not getting turned, which is a good thing. Bad thing is I still ain't catching no fish. So anyways, while I'm sitting here waiting on a brim, where I'm fishing at on Lake Saluda is the shallow end, which the boat ramp to the shallow end is called Fins on Saluda. That from my house is about 5 minutes. The other boat ramp, the Easley boat ramp, is about 15 minutes. But the Easley boat ramp is public and it's free, where Fins is public but it's $5 a launch. And I love the people at Fins. They're great. They got a little restaurant and you know, they help you put in and take out and stuff. Really nice people. But as much as I fish 3, 4, 5 days a week out here, that adds up. So I always just go down to the Easley boat ramp and make my way down to the shallow end down here. But anyways, down here on the shallow end, that's where I usually catch most of my catfish at here. Summertime, wintertime, springtime, it just don't matter. I don't have a lot of success down there on that deeper end. I've caught some down there, but just not a lot, you know. But I can come down to the shallow end where it's 3 foot deep, and you know, certain nights I can really wear them out. Trolling brimheads, you know, in that shallow water. I don't even know how deep I am right now. I'm gonna check it out. But this, well, yeah. Yeah, I might be in 3 foot of water right here. just can't get them to bite, man. Can't get no brim to bite. That's crazy for out here. That's crazy. Well, that's crazy for any lake, really. But you know, I knew this water being up was going to affect catching them, but I didn't think I'd get skunked on catching some brim. That's a prime bait out here. That and shad, some herring out here, but this is absolutely crazy. I want you to look at it. I got one. I didn't even think. I was just reeling it in to actually. Yeah, that's a nice one too. Good thing about him is I can get 3 pieces out of him. You swallowed that one, didn't you, buddy? You got the hook broke off in you too. Let me cut this arrowhead wrong for him. Alright guys, we got a brim. By God. I can catch a brim, can you believe that? Hurry up and get a hook on this thing. That one broke off, he swallowed that one all the way down to his stomach. I wasn't gonna be able to, even with needles, I wouldn't have been able to get that one out. That's good. That is good. Got us a brim. I tie my knots totally different. Brim fishing versus my catfishing is crazy. I tie a Calmer knot when I'm catfishing. And then, knock on wood, that knot's done me good. It really has done me good. Brim fishing, all I do is, I don't even know what kind of knot you call it, to be honest with you. I just learned to tie it when I was a little kid. I just run the line straight through the eye. I run the line straight through the eye. I already tied it once, but I do 2 or 3. I'll tie it 2 or 3 times. And I sit there and make a circle, and I bring that end back through the circle, and I'll do that 3 or 4 times. And then I'll pull a section of that loop up right there. Pull it back through. And that's my brim. Now I'm going to do one more. I'm not going to do it complete. I already got 2 knots on there. I got to get back in the water. See if I can get me another brim. One more brim I was wanting 4. But 2 would be just fine. I can catch that second one. It doesn't really matter if I keep that brim alive or not. He's too big for live bait anyways. But I actually caught that one, reeling it in. I was reeling it in to recast it, and he was on there. And I've had, that happens a good little bit. I've also caught some really good catfishing fishing like this, fishing with a night crawler on a bobber. I caught one the other week. I was fishing this wall, and I was just kind of going along the banks. Came up on this one guy's yard. He had a wall on the bank, and started getting on some brim and some perch. So I kind of stayed in that area, and we're getting a bite here. I ended up catching a 7-pound channel cat. On 6-pound test. Now that one took it too. I wished I would have. I wonder if it took it. Well, still got the bait, so they're right in this little area. I've almost drifted right back out in the open water here. Still got some good little spots here. I gotta take this thing back down. That's what I hang my lantern on at night. If I can get this, there we go. That was a really good sized brim. That was a hand sized brim. I'm gonna try over here since I'm already in this cove. Like I said, this is real time fishing. I don't like putting videos out there and trimming them down and showing only when I'm catching them. I want people to know what it's like to get out here and catch your own bait and then go catfishing. That way people's not disappointed when they go out there. They feel like, I only caught 2 catfish the whole time. That's not too good. But that's how it goes. that brim right there. Try over here. I see some, looks like an old dock. Ain't no floor on there, but all the pylons are up in the water. I'm pretty much in the open water now. Once I fish this spot up, that'll be about it as far as brim fishing goes. Let's see what we got in here. That's not no pollen, that's just a dead tree down in the water. That's fishing daggone brim right here. Some bass too, maybe even some catfish. Have a down tree right here, you don't get that too often. I wonder how deep this is right here. Cause we're kind of, yeah, we're in some deeper, still not deep, but deeper water. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get anchored down. I got a brim, that's better than nothing. I'm still going to fish for brim because where I'm going is shallow water. You know, 1 to 4 foot. Excuse me, 1 to 4, it may get to 5 foot deep. Down here. I'm gonna fish over here. There's a, I don't know what you call it, looks like a boat garage that fell into the water down here. It's been here a long time. I'm gonna fish this little area right here. It's just all, I mean, it's still on the main part, but it's kind of a little cove. So I'm gonna get my rods over here. Got that one hung up on my damn seat over there. Bear with me just 1 second, I gotta get this anchor put down. Alright. I got that anchor in the water. I'm going to show you what I'm fishing here in just a second. I'm going to tell you what, this ain't but 2 foot deep. At the most, it's 2 foot deep. Okay. Let's get some baits in the water. So on this one, I'm gonna throw chicken liver out because I'm in real shallow water here. Good chance there's gonna be some channel cats in here. So I'm gonna throw some chicken liver out. Throw you out in just a minute, buddy. Actually, I'll go ahead and throw you out. Just let you sit. Let's just see if I can catch another brim in this area. I might have to put my brim on. Alright, so what we have here? So this is a double. One of my doubles. Rig, double hooks. I'm going to throw out some filleted catfish. We're talking about some really shallow water here, and I'm going to show you in just a second. This is actually a good lesson to the catfishermen out there that think you have to fish in deep water all the time. Now granted, it's the first time I've ever anchored down a catfish right here, but where I normally fish at is about 200 yards to the left of me. The water depth is still about the same. So it doesn't matter. Now that's how I'm hooking one piece of filleted catfish and a second piece. And you can buy these rigs at Walmart. Double rig. Get my weight on top. Sometimes I put my weight on the bottom. I'm gonna chunk him way out there. About 40 yards. I wasn't way out there, but that's my brand new Abu Garcia Max Z I just bought the other day. Cool little reel, cool little looking reel. It's the one I caught the blue on the other night. So now it's time for Mr. Brim. He's a big one, so. Them things will poke the piss out of you. Yeah, I got him. Again, that's how big he is. You can kind of, I mean, he's hand size. Actually, if that's to the tip, I mean, that's about the length of my hand. Cut his head off. And cut me a section of his body off. Alright, now these I don't use out here that much because these are my big game rods, which they're all big game rods, but these are big game rods. Actually, it is Berkley big game. These are just thicker rods. If you catch one that's under 10 pounds, it, you know, don't put up a great fight, but they're my favorite reels. Even though they're only Shakespeare's, it's the ATS model lever action. It's got the bait clicker on it. I don't usually use these unless I'm going to Santee or the Tennessee River or something like that, or if I'm doing night fishing and I need to hit that clicker go off. So there's the headpiece. It's fresh, it's bloody. Should be exactly what the catfish is looking for. This one I'm gonna hook right through the mouth, just like that. And then this is another double rig setup. And I'm gonna hook this one right through here. Probably did me some good if it wasn't tangled up on the end. Got something going on here. There we go. There we go. That one's out. That's why I like the bait clickers. I got one more. I'm gonna put out here. Alright, so that boat, that pontoon in front of me, is having to get towed in, so I'm gonna get some wakes. I thought we was gonna get some quietness for a minute. So I'm gonna show you what I'm fishing here. I think it's a great spot. I don't know, with it being a little bit flooded, which you can't really fish as close. But anyways, that's the main lake, river run, whatever you want to call it. Going out that way. You know, going back that way is going back to the boat ramp I came from. I'm about a mile from the boat ramp. And going further that direction, you're going actually into the Saluda River. Where that boat is in front of me, if you go to that house, I don't know if you can see that house off in the distance, start going to the right, that is the Saluda River. And you can catch some catfish out in there too. It just gets real shallow. You gotta navigate your way through it. And I just kind of ventured back here. I'm fishing right in the shallow water. There's a down building, old boat house, whatever you want to call it. So I got two rods. Excuse me. I got two rods on this side, kind of out in the main a little bit, and then these two, I'm just fishing somewhere around this cove, around that down boathouse. Now if I can get this thing back in here and it stays. There we go. So that's that. That's, you know, we're here. Got 4 rods in the water. I actually got 5 rods. I need to check my bobber over here. Fishing with a night crawler on this one, see if I can catch another brim. Sure would like to have caught two, because I would troll on the way back with two rods. We are not in deep water at all. Very shallow water. What the Sam Hill's going on here? Well, I guess that'll do it. That's me. I wished it wasn't, but that's me. I'm having a hard time throwing this rod out with 4 rods in the water here, because I'm about 40 yards, well, about 30 yards from about 30 yards from the bank, and it's not deep, so figured I could catch a brim or a crappie or some kind of a pan. Ooh, just had a big bite right there. That about took my rod in the water. Oh, we got him. Oh, he's a, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, we got him. Right around this boathouse. Something told me there was gonna be a catfish around here. By God, there is. That's probably about a 4 or 5 pounder. Now what was weird about this one was it hit it hard, and then it didn't do nothing else. So I let the line just sit there for a second, and just started reeling it in just a little bit to get the tension back on there, and once that tension hit, that's when I felt it. So that's off a chicken liver. Alright, you little ass. Don't you damn prick me. Alright, so whatever. But hey, that's a fish. That's live time. I got a catfish swimming around in my boat here. Keep an eye on those rods right there. That's a decent little channel cat for out here. He's got some kind of mark on him right there. Something got him. Turtle or something, I don't know. But anyways, good fish. Back we go. That was cool. This is not even where I planned on coming to. At all. And come out here and catch one in less than, I'd say 15 minutes. I ain't been here 15 minutes. It is nice. So I'm gonna get that line, bait it back up. And I'm gonna throw this one out. Tell you what, I ain't casting this one that good today. At all. Bad thing is I can't really get it behind me because alright. I'm gonna get it going, showing those rods for a second while I get this thing rolling. I'm getting a bite on that one. Got a bite on the, again on the chicken liver, nothing on the Brent head or the filleted catfish yet. The chicken liver seems to be working. I just hate using chicken liver, I despise it. God, I despise it. So we're gonna get back out here. Don't get on the boat without something to drink. I made that mistake one time. I got all the way down the river, didn't even have no water, nothing. And the cool thing about this is, like I said, probably a lot already, is I'm not fishing, but I'll tell you how deep I fish. I'll use this paddle right here. I'll tell you how deep it is. And it's gonna get more shallow. Whatever I'm working here, it's more shallow where I've cast it at on this side of the bait. So, get the water off of it. So from my hand to the bottom of this, I would say that's maybe, being very generous, is 4 feet. I don't even think it's 4 feet, and and the one I just caught was casted 20 yards. I'm fishing 10 yards off the bait. So I would say I'm inside of 3 foot of water easily. And as night falls, this fish out here really start to bite a lot better. That's why I don't even get out here. I got out here a little earlier today than I usually do, by about an hour. They bite really good at night. I've had some really good nights just a few hundred yards in front of me. A lot of good nights. Out here fishing these flats, man. You know, these shallow water flats. I just had another bite on that rod. Yeah, that's a fish. Yeah, he was messing with it. I just felt him again, but I'm gonna leave it alone for a second. I don't know if there's any bait left on there or not. You'll be surprised in these shallow waters the size fish you can catch. I mean, they like, these catfish will get in here now. They'll feed about this time. Once that sun starts going down a little bit, they really get active in these coves and stuff. And they got some good cover over there. I'm gonna go ahead and reel this one in, because it got hit hard a few times. There's still a little bait on there, not much. I'm gonna add some to it, send it back out. They got blues, flatheads, and channels in here. I would venture to say there's more channels than anything in here, but where I'm at right now, to me, just looks like perfect flathead country. I mean, there's so much down debris right here. Down trees, down boat dock. So maybe tonight I'll get lucky and catch my first flathead out here on Saluda Lake. Caught flatheads before, just none here. And I'm literally casting this thing inside of 10 yards from that down boat dock right there. Getting a bite right here. Oh man, I missed him. Jeez Louise. I missed him. It's alright. They're in this little area right here, I tell you that. I picked a good spot. Got lucky with that. Something told me that fish here when I was over there broom fishing. I said, well, it looks like it could be a good spot. Might hold some, the worst case scenario, just hold some channels in here, but with the lake being slightly flooded.